Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 6 of Euchre 101. In this episode, I'll be listing the top 10 unwritten rules of Euchre. I will let you know which of these rules are sound strategy and which ones are hogwash. I'll call these rules the 10 Commandments of Euchre. Commandment number 1. Always offer your opponents a cup before dealing. Always follow this one. Let's say that there's a hand where you deal and either you or your partner plays the hand alone. Your opponents might accuse you of stacking the deck in order to make this play. If you offer the opponents, usually the player to your immediate right, an opportunity to cut the deck before you deal, whether they cut the cards or not, alleviates this fear from your opponents. Commandment number 2. Never trump your partner's ace. This rule applies to any team version of Euchre you're playing. This rule applies whether your team is called trump or if your team is defending. When your partner plays an offsuit ace and you are unable to follow suit, never trump that ace. The only exception to this rule is if the only cards you have are actually trump cards. This had better be the case, or the look you get from your partner will let you know you just made a mistake. Commandment number 3. In bid Euchre, losing the lead during a no trump hand before you have made your bid is fatal. In this scenario, you are playing a 4 bid and have called no trump. You should always play the 4 cards that caused you to make that bid so that your bid is secure once you lose the lead. Getting the lead back once you have lost it is almost impossible. Let's see what happens when you lose the lead prior to securing your bid. As you saw, your team was euchred because your opponents got the lead midway through the hand and you were unable to get it back. I'll show you how this hand should be played in order to gain all of the tricks you need to earn your bid. You made your bid and didn't suffer a euchre. Never lose the lead on a no trump hand until your bid has been achieved. Commandment number 4. In bid euchre, fishing for the right bower on a little bid almost never works. Another bid euchre rule here. The scenario will show that you have a handful of hearts. One heart you are missing is the right bower. Unless your team is far behind in the game, 30 points or more, never ask for your partner's best and expect to get the right bower sent back to you. You'll find yourself in a 12-point hole almost every time. Your partner didn't have the right bower, and you're going to lose the loner and 12 points in the process. A funny story along these lines. My dad was my partner. Our team was way behind in the game. I had a hand similar to the hand that was seen in the scenario. I went fishing for the right bower and asked my dad for his best trump card. My dad happened to be holding the right bower and another trump. Dad decided to make me sweat, and he passed me his other trump card and held on to the right bower. When I didn't see the right bower sent back to me, I thought I was sunk, until we played out the hand and I was able to win all 6 tricks. After the hand, my dad revealed that he indeed did have the right bower. The look on my face was priceless when I saw that. This is a trick that a veteran player will pull on his or her partner when just playing the game for fun. Commandment number 5. Count your partner for 1 trick when you make trump. This is sound strategy. You can't always make trump and expect 3 tricks to be taken by your hand. This is what you have a partner for. If you feel like your hand is strong enough to get 2 tricks, but that 3rd trick is iffy, you can go ahead and make trump and see if your partner can get the 3rd trick to earn the point. Who knows? Maybe your partner could sneak in and actually win a trick or 2. If your partner doesn't win a trick and your team gets euchred, you can't say you didn't try to earn a point. For all you know, you could pass and one of your opponents plays a hand alone. It's better to give up 2 points as opposed to 4. Commandment number 6. Never go alone when your team has 8 or 9 points. Not following this rule is a good way to get yourself kicked off of a euchre table. It is considered disrespect. Playing a hand alone when you only need 1 or 2 points to win a game is not needed. Taking all 5 tricks will get you 2 points and get the victory. Scoring the win with 12 or 13 points is seen as overkill. Commandment number 7. Never lead your last trump if you haven't made your point yet. There are some provisos for this rule. If you're counting trump, as you always should, and know that the only trump remaining is in your hand, then yes, you can go ahead and lead the trump card and secure your point. However, if there's still trump left on the board and you lead your last trump card, you run the risk of getting that card picked off because the other trump left is higher than the one you have. When defending, players will play their trump cards in reverse rank order. Here's a scenario that will show you what can happen when you lead your last trump card before you've won 3 tricks. As you saw, the trump cards you weren't holding were all in the same hand. Your opponent played his or her trump cards in reverse order and picked off your last trump. Now we'll look at how you could have played the hand in order to gain the point. Much better results. You forced your opponent to use his or her higher trump card to trump in, and you won the point by using your final trump to take the 4th trick of the hand. Commandment number 8. Make next for your partner. Here's the first rule that you can ignore. You're probably looking dumbfounded when hearing this rule and saying, what in the world does he mean by this? Here is some clarification. Making next means that when the player to your immediate right is the dealer and turns down and passes in the first bidding round, you're supposed to make trump the opposite suit of the color that was turned up. An example is that if the dealer, when he or she is to your immediate right, turns up a club card and everyone passes in the first bidding round, you should be able to call spades as trump, provided you have a spade in your hand, and make a point. This is called making next for your partner. The philosophy is that if your opponents have passed a red card in the first bidding round, it means that they have better black cards in their hand. If you don't have high trump in the opposite suit of that color, then your partner must have them. You should call next for your partner, because if you pass in the second bidding round, your opponent to your immediate left will call trump and not give your partner a chance to call the opposite suit of the color that was turned up. Sound confusing? That's because it is. You have enough stuff to think about while playing a game. You don't need to make a guess on what your partner is holding. The euchre that happens afterwards will make your partner never want to play with you again. Commandment number 9. When playing Stick the Dealer, do not sandbag your opponents until they have sandbagged you. What? This is complete hot dog water. You don't have to wait until your opponents have sandbagged you before you do the same to them. You should be in sandbag mode from the outset. Waiting for your opponents to sandbag you will only put you in a hole that you may not be able to climb out of for the rest of the game. Your opponents are expecting it. Go ahead and set yourself up for success right from the get-go. Commandment number 10. When your partner orders trump, always lead trump to your partner. We'll close these unwritten rules with one that should always be adhered to. Regardless of who is dealing, if your partner orders trump in the first bidding round and you get the lead while still having a trump card in your hand, always lead a trump for your partner. I discussed this rule in episode 3, How to Be a Good Partner. The exception to the rule doesn't apply because your partner is ordering trump as opposed to being forced to make a call when playing Stick the Dealer. And that'll bring this episode to a close. Some of these rules will help you win while others will aid your opponents in sending you to an embarrassing loss. Keep these rules in mind while playing. They will help you win a lot more. Winning is always better than losing. The next episode will deal with playing alone. I'll give you some tips on when you should and should not play a hand alone. These tips will be for regular euchre as well as bid euchre. Until next time, take care everyone.